So the reactor has a blast 3 area. Oh, they made it smaller. Okay, so it's just...
Oh.
So it would be... I'll draw a shape of where it would burst around you. Let's see. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, about that. All right. So that's what's going to explode 2 rounds after this one. And so, Kane, you have gotten out of your mech and are running east.
Yep.
And we're saying the switch. What are you having it shoot?
So it's gonna shoot. Ooh, where did the Armsweir go?
It's right under. It's right next to the geode and above Richard.
Oh, I see. All right. Since that's the closest one, it will shoot at the Armsweir with its battle rifle. Actually, no, it's got the sniper rifle out already. It'll shoot with the sniper rifle.
Okay, and it's impaired, so it takes a difficulty die on that.
Yep. Would we say that since he's using his AI, in this case, his AI specialist would give him an advantage?
No, because this isn't a full AI.
All right.
If you want to fight well in your mech, you have to be in your mech.
I guess. Yeah, I don't think that's going to do
freedom.
It shoots a bullet, and the bullet flies off and blows up a tree.
Take that tree.
It was a very nice
real
tree.
Gundam.
It was
That would have been a shot of like the tree gets shot and falls on like a monkey.
Yeah.
Straight the horrors of war.
Indeed. Okay. So that's the end of your turns this round?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay, so that brings us to the end of this round, at which point the Ivory Garrison, which locked onto the Garfield earlier, fires its missiles at Garfield, doing... Seven damage to the Garfield.
Is it alive?
0.
To 0? Okay, so you're in critical mode, in critical condition. I'm just going to copy and paste the cataclysmic reactor detonation thing into the Discord so you can see what it is.
I mean, normally I'd feel bad about my character having all of their hit points drained, but fun. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it seems fitting enough.
Yeah.
Okay, what was I checking? Critical condition. What is critical condition? Damage and critical damage. 56. Okay, if your mech's HP is ever reduced to 0 or below, you do not immediately die. Instead, you enter the critical state. When you're in the critical state, any damage you take, including the damage that put you in that state, will force you to roll on the critical damage chart with a bonus equal to your current critical damage. So how far below 0 did that take you, if at all?
Yeah, 0.
Pardon?
I'm right on 0.
Okay, so roll 1d20. I'm going to try and go back to that critical table so we can see what your result tells us.
I feel like I'm having my horoscope read.
There are so many tables in the tables section and no working bookmarks. So I'm just going to scroll all the way down there, all the way past every piece of equipment to the critical damage table. Okay, you rolled a 15.
I just did this so you guys could run, but
You can turn it off anytime you want.
no, I don't have good engineering.
Okay, direct hit, weapon or system. The attack connects with a non-core system or weapon chosen by the attacker. The chosen system or weapon is destroyed. The First Amendment explodes.
Oh, we all knew it was going to happen someday.
Yeah, it's hard not to read between those lines.
All right, so that is that for this round, and that brings us back to the Ivory Garrison crew's turns. So the Armsweir seems to have received a message, and it turns and attempts to destroy the geode before it can have its reactor overload. And it's got 2 rounds in which to do it.
Well, joke's on it. I have +1 armor.
Yeah. All right, so it rolled a 15, which I believe hits your evasion.
Yep.
And does 8 damage.
7.
7 damage. As it carves into your mech with its beam sword. The mortar weir, on hearing that the reactor is overloading, runs away out of range.
Hey, wait, do I get an attack of opportunity on it?
You absolutely do, yes.
Yes! To the last I shall grapple with thee. For hate's sake I spit my last breath at thee. Dang it! Why?
As you are turning to attack the mortar weir, the Armsweir is still grappling with your thermal lance and manages to turn it aside before you're able to stab it into Rex's back. So
after your macro sucks.
Blaming your tools. So after it runs away, it turns and sort of hits the deck, and the 2 cannons on its back fire. And they fire over the battlefield to attack the drone-piloted switch. So it shoots its mortars at you. And it's taken a while to roll these bones. 12 hits the switch's evasion, so it does how much damage? Let's see, 3 damage to the switch. The tank weir is still stuck on that little fence that's gummed up its wheels, so it can't move. But the pilots within have decided to try and make the best of a bad situation and to shoot at you with its it has, instead of hands, like it has arms, but the arms don't have hands on them. So it's a tank with a head and arms, and the arms have more guns on the ends of them. So it shoots its machine gun hands at the geode.
Oh. -1 because we're at melee range?
Yep. It takes 2 difficulty dice, first because it's at melee range, and second because it's pitched at an angle with which it is not comfortable. So let's see how it does. Oh, I'm sorry, it still manages to hit you. It rolled a 20.
Why did it roll a 20?
Pilots are just that good.
Yeah.
Okay, and from that you take 0 damage.
Oh, tank-weir.
It tried.
Love how it hit the mech right in between the eyes.
It's so useless. But it does swivel its stunted torso. And did you put that damage on the switch, John? Did John leave?
Nope, John's here.
Did you put the damage on the switch from the previous attack?
No, I missed that.
You took 3 damage from the mortar weir firing its mortars at you.
Alrighty.
Not you, the pilot who is running away, but you, the switch.
Yeah, of course.
And the tank weir swivels and fires its heavy cannons. It's got a pair of them over its shoulders, 180 millimeter cannons at the switch, causing anyone watching to wonder, why is this thing not just a tank? Let's see how it does. It misses entirely. The shell flies past the switch and explodes worryingly close to Kane, the human pilot.
Oh, jeez.
Sending dirt and rocks pelting you.
What an ironic way to go that would be.
The damage that it caused. All right, and the Ivory Garrison itself pulls back until it's essentially just out of range because Captain Lamech is a jerk like that. And that is the end of the round. Oh, it's still locked onto the Garfield.
Oh, of course.
Let me see if it ends. Auxiliary smart launcher, range 10. Oh, it's no longer in range, though. So it cannot shoot at you again this turn. So that brings us...
I'm gonna be fixing that on my turn.
Okay, well, it's your turn.
Well, so I, in my wisdom, I'm going to, if I can, to the tank weir and grab hold of it and threaten to tip it over onto its back if the pilots don't jump out and let me take their roving bastion.
All right, so you're going to try and... Sorry, you're going to try and jump onto which?
The bad one.
Yeah,
onto
my chat is also really clamoring to hijack the tank weir.
Okay, so you're going to go and...
It's got tank in the name.
Hijack it. Okay, that's fine.
That makes it the strongest, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I am going to... Unfortunately, that takes me like right by the Armsweir currently.
It does, unfortunately. Okay. Let me just make sure that I have all
I
this.
hope that Kane, still inside the Switch D, is providing good cover.
Okay, so you've gone to the tank weir. Are you going to get out of the Garfield and jump onto the tank weir?
I'm going to try to use the heavily damaged Garfield to threaten to flip it if the pilots don't leave.
Oh, okay. So you're just threatening to bully it, to push it over.
I'm threatening to push it down the hill if the pilots don't exit the tank weir.
Okay. So let's do a roll for that, and let's use one of your character things, because you've got leader. So you have leadership dice that you can be using.
I feel like celebrity would factor into this as well. They'd be more intimidated. These young...
Yeah, you've got the persuasion field, and you're short-tempered. So you're going to make a roll with 2 advantage dice, because your temper is scary, and you're charismatic, not in the fun way, but in the Darth Vader way. And you have a reputation for being unhinged and violent, so they are very likely to believe your threats.
What is it? 1d20, and then the advantage dice are d6?
Yeah, and 2 of those, so 1d20 plus 2d6.
Here goes nothing.
Yay!
All right.
There's a high saving roll for
No, there's no saving rolls for this.
Okay.
Terrified, Ken, and Maru, they both sort of huddle up in the torso of the tank weir together. There's 2 cockpits. There's the regular tank cockpit for driving it around, and the torso cockpit for the guns. They hover together in the torso cockpit, and they hit the eject switch And let me see here. I made a table for this. Okay. Let me check that. Okay. The torso of the tank weir. The torso of the tank weir sort of pops off. It looks like it was meant to rocket away, but it doesn't. It just pops off and rolls down the hill. The whole top of the machine is donk, 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 donk.
We've done it.
So the tank treads, and the sort of body of the tank that doesn't have any weapons on it is yours for the taking.
I take it.
All right, so you leave the Garfield and you get into the essentially convertible tank now.
Yeah, you got the rag top down so your hair can blow.
Set the Garfield. I mean, I don't know if I can do that on this turn though. Can I set the Garfield to blow so that no one else can have it?
Yeah, man, you can overload, and then set the reactor to overload after.
You can set it to overload, but if you do that, you can't get into the tank this turn.
Okay.
That's too many things.
Okay, so, well, I'll get into the tank next turn after I set this one to blow up.
Yeah.
Okay, you do that, so roll your d6.
Yeah!
Okay, so after this round, in 2 more rounds, your Garfield will explode.
Back-to-back self-destruct rounds.
Okay, Kane, what does the switch's dummy plug do? You told it to shoot, so it's just going to keep shooting, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna. Well, it's got to reload this turn.
Oh, okay. It reloads. Anything else it does, or is that?
No. Maybe, yeah. It'll just hang out there. It's just been given. It's a pretty dummy plug, so it's just like shoot, reload.
Okay.
And Kane's gonna continue to scamper down this river here towards the ocean.
Okay.
And once they get there, they're gonna do whatever they can to try and get a hold of our beautiful frog boat.
Yeah. Okay.
Passing a speedboat full of drugs or something.
All right. My turn?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to ram the Armsweir.
Okay, go for it.
I rolled just a d20 on that?
Yes, you do.
And, okay. Can I incorporate some of my skills?
Into ramming? What skill do you want to incorporate?
Dude, this is the one thing that actually is like put my shoulder into it.
Yeah, why not? We'll add advantage dice for that. Okay.
18?
Yeah, you hit it.
Nice.
The Armsweir is knocked prone.
All right, and the reactor is ticking away. And at this moment, how hard is it for it to get back up?
It takes a move action to get up.
A full action?
I think so, but I'm not 100% sure. And it's very difficult to search this document. So I'm just going to say it'll take her full move to get up.
Okay. And I'm gonna overcharge, take an extra action.
Yeah.
And gonna stabby stab. Well, okay, we'll do the D6 first. All right, so what happens now that I'm into the negatives for heat?
You shut down.
Oh, the mech shuts down?
Yeah, when you are full, when your heat is full, you shut down.
There's an overheat table, isn't there?
Yeah, I thought you took like damage or something.
I think there's a table for it.
Oh, I thought it was shutting down. Let me look at the tables.
Right below the critical damage table is an overheat table.
I may redact that. I'm just trying to keep it on the ground as.
Okay, so you roll a d20 plus however much heat you are over your maximum.
And I take that as damage?
No, there's an effect table.
Okay, so whoops. Roll d20. And then I would be -1. So I'd be 12, I guess.
12 total. Okay.
Yeah.
A random system is disabled. Okay. Let me just take a look at your systems, see how many of them there are, and then I will roll a dice. So you've got 2 weapons. You have got smoke grenades.
And a pistol as well.
You got the jump jet system on top of that. Okay. It disables your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, the armor isn't a system, so D4. Let's find out what it disables.
Not the music.
No, not the music. It disables your thermal lance.
Oh, well, I've been missing a lot with that thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, do we really notice a difference?
All right. Cool.
All right, and that's the end of your round?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. So
Also, since I'm at -1 heat, so it can keep going negative, right?
it can keep going negative and you keep rolling on the table.
Perfect, because the more you're into the red on that, the more explosion when your reactor overloads.
Yeah, there's a critical reactor overload option.
Yep. We're all going to hell and we're going to go straight to the bottom. Some people in the chat are like, Richard hasn't ejected. He died in that mine 6 years ago.
Okay, so you get out and... Or no, you don't get out. That's the end of your turn. And Kane, you see emerging from the sea your commander's bastion, his doughboy.
Oh, no!
The testy frogfish was coming to evac you. They had heard that the Yop had been shot down by the Ivory garrison as it was on its way to investigate what was going on at the P base. And he has arrived to see this mess that you have created.
Created and perpetuated.
Yeah. So he's got 3 times the regular movement speed.
Oh, Seer, thank goodness you're here. I was just coming to get you so that they would know.
I have nothing but trust in your capability, Kane. I suspected that you would choose this route and continue to trust that you are working towards my best interests. And the doughboy charges in and attempts to stomp on the Armsweir with its mecha foot. And
Well, aren't I like on top of it right now? Not that I have a problem with this.
Yeah, it's trying to stomp on its head. Are you covering its head as well?
No. I think I went for the body.
Okay. So it tries to
Someone
land.
should tell them about the reactor.
The 2 reactors. Should we alter the polygon here to cover the Garfield explosion too?
You probably should.
Let's just see what happens.
Nature take its course.
I want to clarify one other thing. So when a reactor overloads, it does heat damage, and the heat damage escalates the damage a reactor overload does.
Yeah, there's a whole...
So I'm trying to overheat mine as much, which is going to overheat the Garf. No. We can have something really special.
So he lands on the Armsweir successfully. It's unarmed damage, so He does 1 damage, which the Armsweir takes, because it doesn't have very good armor. It's just good at not getting hit. Why can't I click on it? I think I know why. Because it knows what I'm doing and hates it. Okay, so the doughboy has arrived, and you receive a tight beam message from your commander. It says, Parker, are you trying to destroy everyone?
I'm trying to save the team. Also, I'm kind of committed now. And it's pretty difficult to do.
Parker, can you shut down your reactor, please?
Well, if I fail on my next turn.
And he's standing there with his foot on the Armsweir's head. And he also pulls out his beam rifle. The doughboys have beam rifles that are not as powerful as the THF ones, but the doughboy is the top of the line. And it fires at the mortar weir as well. And hits. And the mortar weir takes some damage. 3 damage to the mortar weir, and it has some armor. So, and my son is home, so I will see you in a minute.
All right.
Playing the part of the mortar weir tonight.
So just to clarify, I'm totally going through with this meltdown.
I already have my next move planned once I get into the useless tank weir.
All right. So we're gonna go with the chain reaction here. We're all on board.
I'll remotely send the Switch D into reactor meltdown too.
Nice. And Kane, you're gonna have to live for the 3.
Someone's got to tell the story of what happened here.
That's right. The Night of 1,000 Suns.
And if the Gundam cartoon, just in like the first episode, had done something like this. All of these new characters, and 3 idiots blew them up.
All right, I'm just gonna
this would be like Jared Mesa, like blowing up Camille in the first episode.
Wait, I was going to get water, and then I noticed something really important in chat. Someone just brought up that we could make the tank weir overload too.
I have a plan for that.
Okay, cool. All right, good talk.
Besides, making like a pair of tank treads with nothing else on it overload doesn't seem like, I don't know, just doesn't seem as cool.
All right.
Come back.
All right, so that's what the doughboy does. It fires on the mortar weir, and it did, what was that, 4 damage? So it takes 3, 12. There we go. And he fires his auxiliary weapon, a beam pistol, at, where is he shooting that? He can only shoot it at either the tank weir, which he sees is disabled, or at the Armsweir, so...
You could shoot at the top part of the tank weir rolling down the hill.
He's not...
Adds momentum to it.
He's not so petty.
Fantastic.
It's happening whether you wanted it or not. Talking while you were saying hi to the family, and basically pointing out, Matt, that this is like if the first episode of Zeta Gundam had like Jared Mesa and like a bunch of other idiots just like blow up Bright Noah and Camille and everyone.
Okay, folks. Sorry for the interruption, but you know that's
No
the
problem.
nature of a 24-hour live stream. At a certain point, you know, we've got families.
So you're saying the audience had it coming?
Absolutely. Okay, so it's now the Ivory Garrison's team's turn again, and they are not happy at the idea of the geode exploding and possibly killing Birdman and Mizuno, and also at least heavily damaging and possibly killing Imra and the flagship Armsweir. So they are doing everything they can to disable the geode.
Oh, bring it on.
So the Mortar Weir is going to fire at you with its beam rifle. And it takes a negative because you are in melee range.
Come on, geode.
Okay.
Cool.
Unfortunately, it still hits.
All right, how much damage?
We are about to find out.
48. Oh, 3.
Oh, sorry, 4. Yeah, so 3 in total.
I'm really glad I took that armor.
if they do enough damage to you, then it just goes super critical anyway, and that's what we really want, isn't it?
Yeah, well, at the end of my turn, or at the end of the next round, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, and it fires its auxiliary weapon as well. Where is its auxiliary weapon? Oh man, I've been ignoring all of its reactions and end-of-round actions. Whoops. Anyway, the Mortar Weir is actually pretty good if I were playing it properly. So it shoots its head guns at you. It's got little guns in its head next to its eyes. Like little machine gun kind of thing, submachine guns. Head submachine guns, that's what they're called. No copyright infringement here.
Brain Uzis.
Yeah, brain Uzis.
I can't hear you, Matt. I just said brain Uzis out of nowhere.
Just for fun. I think that still hits your evasion.
Yeah, just barely.
Okay. All right. Let's see how it does with that. Yeah.
Tink!
Pointless waste of its time and ammunition, but Rex is trying at least. He doesn't want his friend to die. He won't specify which of the 3 people in imminent danger is his friend, though. He just cryptically transmits, I don't want my friend to die! And everyone's too busy to ask him who he's talking about.